Hi guys, I'm back with my 97th video of the night about the Washington Wizards who drive me crazy and stress me out. Yep, my 97th video. What's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you're watching this video, please like, comment, subscribe, share it with friends. Um, yep, hit that like button, hit that comment button, hit all the buttons. Because they press all my buttons. Washington Wizards, John Wall called out the front office basically telling them they gotta put more talent around him and Bradley Beal. You and Bradley Beal have been together, what, 6 years now? I've never made an Eastern Conference Finals. I've never made the second round, and you've now had your first round exit ever since this John Wall era began, and you guys have started to make the playoffs. Excuse me, this is your first round exit. John Wall, Washington Wizards. Call out yourselves. How about that? Call out yourselves and start holding yourselves accountable for your actions. The front office, we already know what they are. We already know the front office is trash. We know that Scott Brooks' rotations are trash. We know his adjustments are non-existent. We know that his sense is lacking. We know that his eyesight is impaired. We know that his brain may or may not work during basketball games. So we know those things. We know that Ernie Grunfeld honestly doesn't care, just doesn't. And it is what it is. They capped out all these guys. They capped all these guys. You look at losses like this and you look at them and you say, the Washington Wizards, they look tired. They look like they didn't want to be there. They look like they honestly gave up. They look like they didn't want to be there. They look like they're ready for summer. Like they're ready to go home. They just give like, I'm ready to go home. I'm tired. I don't want to be here anymore. I'm done. Scott Brooks. Scott Brooks is part of the reason why this team lost. Like I said, I'm not ready to cop that, Wall was out for 41 games. I'm not. The team could have still done better. They could have been a higher seed than this. They did not have to fall to the 8th seed and barely make it to the playoffs, being a doggone 43 and 39 team, barely making it into the playoffs. Did not have to go like that. So I'm not ready to take that as an excuse. There's no excuse. You have to do better. Nobody cares. Work harder. Um, yeah. They look like they just were ready to go home. They wanted to go home. They didn't care. This should be a wake up call to them. Like, hey, we're not as great as we think we are. We don't have chemistry right now. We need to stop running our mouths and calling ourselves the top point guards in the league and the best backcourt in the league. Like, how about we do something first? How about that? How about that? This team needs a complete overhaul. I'm so sick of this roster. I don't want to. These people should not see each other again. It shouldn't be back the same team next year. Scott Brooks doesn't even play these bench guys, so anybody would want them for us to try to trade them away. Scott Brooks never makes adjustments. Scott Brooks seems like a nice person in the general sense. Not a good coach. Not a good coach for this team. We need a different coach. We need a better coach. We need a different GM. These are things that we know, though. These are things that we know. John Wall calls out the front office. We need somebody that's going to hold them accountable. We need youth. We need energy. We need defensive-minded players. We need some scorers, and we need a veteran leader because the leaders we have right now are leaders in name only right now. Leaders in name only. No accountability, barely play any defense. Scott Brooks does never change any. He never changes anything. He never changes the lineups. He never serious about anything. Like if you don't start changing these lineups, if you don't start letting these players know you're serious, how are they ever gonna take you serious and respect you? They don't. They don't respect you. They don't respect each other. They don't respect themselves, the way they act, the way they play. They're careless. They give no effort. They play no defense. They're inconsistent. They lose to everybody and anybody. They play down to competition. They talk trash. They talk smack instead of focusing on what they're supposed to be doing. It's a whole lot of BS. It's a whole lot of BS. All the time. It's always a whole lot of BS. I'm like, do I even want to go to second round with you guys? Can I stand to watch you guys play another round of trash basketball? Like, I'm so sick of these players. I don't even want to see their faces again. I don't want to see their faces. I'm so glad the season is over for the fact that I don't have to see their face. And they maybe can get a wake-up call to realize they need to do something. They need to do something. They need to play better. They need a better coach. They need to hold themselves accountable. They need to take some responsibility for this. A lot of this lost on Scott Brooks, but a lot of this is on the team's lack of effort, lack of defense, lack of energy, checking out mentally with 3 minutes left in the game, and not fighting to the end. So that's part of it, guys. That's part of it. They need to realize that. They need to know that. So yes, the front office needs to be called out, and yes, you need to make a lot of changes. The whole lineup needs an overhaul, but you guys need to hold yourself accountable and do better. You guys need to call yourself out. Peace, guys. It's your